Hey everybody, I'm Darek Mazzone. Welcome to KEXP. I do a show called Whoop-Up. It's on every Tuesday from 7 to 10 p.m. and online at KEXP.org and also our mobile app and your device of choice. We have a great band here tonight. They're living in Paris right now, originally from Beirut and originally from Aleppo? Damascus, originally from Damascus. They're known as Bedouin Burger, and I've been a fan for quite a while. And I'm stoked beyond belief that they're here right now on KEXP.
So I will be performing a song called Ajmalou, a song that is based on a traditional song from Syria, from the city of Suwaida in the south of Syria, and also mixed with the original composition. So here's Ajmalou.
ريم الفلايا زينة كل المزايين يا منوة العشاق حينا بعد حين يا ليتنا وياك ما غيرنا اثنين نقعد على النغمات صوت الربابات ريم الفلايا زينة كل المزايا
وش التوبة تلحقيني خلينا نسرق شوي الليل شوي شوي ما في غيره بإيدي عطيني صوتك يغفيني
ريم الفلا أهلا هلا أهلا هلا وميت هلا يا أبو العيون مكحلة ريم الفلا أهلا هلا أهلا هلا وميت هلا يا أبو العيون مكحلة سيكا قلب بريسة
إذا اضطريت أكذب عليك شوي ما تلحقيني خليني أعيش بحلم شوي 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 ما في غيره بإيدي عطيني صوتك يغفيني
طل الحلو ما أجمله ريحتها له ما أكمله يمشي بثوب المخملة صدفة صدف محلى الصدف صاب الهدف قلبي رادف
Here at KEXP, since last we spoke, the band put together 2 songs, and this is the debut of them, correct?
Yes, that's true.
Awesome. All right. This is Nomad from Bedouin Burger, live on KEXP.
So the next one is a composition of Lynn and I, and the lyrics they create a metaphor about the little worms. They do a thread. How do you call those? Silk, the silkworm. Mm-hmm. They create a thread, and Lynn made a metaphor with a love story and a relationship, playing with the words and the thread. It's called Harir.
Sewing your own path. With
Beautiful.
Your own hands. Yeah.
Bedouin Burger on KEXP.
سيام
Bedouin Burger live on KEXP on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting us. We're also a real radio station. Go to kexp.org and you can learn how you can help us continue presenting and creating this beautiful expression in different languages.
يا وينك يا ابو الوجه الحلو والغالي عقلبي وحدك عصغر مهدي وينك يا ابو الوجه الحلو والغالي عقلبي وحدك عصغر مهدي تحت الورد نيم نيمنا العريس وودعنا ثوب العرس لبسنا وقلنا له وينك يا ابو الوجه الحلو والغالي عاقبي واحلى تحت السما جنينة روحي في الضباب زي داريها لي صحابي وناسي يرجعوا مرة يقولوا قوم امشي تعالي يمين ودع حبيبي يرجع له حلو ملبس ورد مزين ونرقص العرس نرقص
All right. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's do a quick interview. Bedouin Burger, live on KEXP. Taht El Ward, what is the song about?
It's a very personal song that I wrote in 2018. So it's following passing of a very close person to my heart. And it was while I was visiting actually the grave. And I just felt that I'm leaving this person alone in that grave. So it became like a mourning song, kind of. It's a grief song. But it's very much related to the celebration of life. And it's a dance song with the words that quite dark. So it's kind of the contrast about life that is full of drama, but also a lot of joy.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
That's a personal story. I appreciate that. What motivates you to perform? Because you're obviously from Syria, you're from Lebanon, you have an ancient history that you can tap into, and I hear that. But tell me about what you're singing about. Obviously this thing, but I hear love songs. What are some of the things that motivate you to write music?
Do you want to answer to that maybe too?
Yeah, first, one thing that we're very excited about, Lynn and I, is this cultural heritage that we have from our region. And we're always super excited to share some old songs and to give them a second life, another musical vision. And also, we love writing stories that are personal and that are about us, and that we relate to particularly in the context in which we are living. So we kind of write about our own stories. So it's this blend.
Okay. The place where you're from is in the news often not for the best reasons. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons that I've been at the station for so long is to create an opportunity to hear these voices, to hear these voices in these languages. Often listeners and watchers, if you look at the internet and not in English, you'll find a whole world out there that isn't in the language of the empire. Arabic is an ancient language, and it's huge, and it's growing, and it's got this really amazing history. The where you're from has an amazing history, but right now we're just getting bombing, destruction, corruption, war. Mm-hmm. What can you tell us here about your culture? You don't have to go into too much detail, obviously, because we could talk for hours. But as artists, you're representing to our audience, which is mostly English-speaking, something that, they don't often hear this language, especially through this channel. What can you offer them?
I mean, I definitely have something to say about that because I always felt this responsibility for me to export my culture to the world, because I've noticed even before the war in Syria, for example, that the look towards the Arabic world is quite negative because it's a place of problems. When I moved to France, I felt like singing in Arabic it's an arm for me. It's really something I want to keep doing because, I'm singing in Arabic today, and I feel you can dance on this music. So it's just we need nowadays more than ever those bridges between us, because the world is just separating us all the time. What's going on in this world is just making, it's just creating chaos, and we're easily separated even in the same country. So what about you and me? Me from Syria, you from the United States. So we need to feel like we're citizens of the world, and that we have to stick up together to stand, against what's coming, because the world is not going better. I feel there's challenges every day, and we're here to just create a whole, form of humanity somehow. So this is what I can do on my level. What about you, Zeid? I think it's a very nice
What do you
question.
Think? What do you think?
Because of the context of where we've been living and the way we were forced out of our homes. When I was very young, I was forced out of my country, and then growing back and coming back, I was forced again with my children again. So I just feel it's important that we address really all the people, all the youth, about our freedom, about our wanting to love, to live freely. And you can be Arab or American. It's just the same essence of wanting to listen to beautiful music, to dance, to love, and to be safe, So I'm happy to have this blend of culture in my music and to be able to address really everyone.
Okay. Is it okay for you to play? I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, sorry. You're a woman from a Muslim country and you're singing. A lot of people here, when they think Muslim woman, obviously you can't be singing because there's one perspective on that. You've been put in jail for a song. Can you go back to Beirut and play? Is it, beyond safe, but is it okay? Is it like, these are the things that most American musicians don't think about, or, European musicians. Is it going to be okay for me to come back there and play right now?
About Lebanon, for a moment, you can go back and play safely, but honestly, month after month, it is changing. For example, now they are really hunting down the LGBT community. They're hunting them down. They are creating a hate movement.
Using them as an excuse, actually.
Yeah, within the government, so this is new. This was not the same 2 years ago. So yeah, I'm witnessing Lebanon plunging into really dark ages, which I'm very shocked about it. But for the moment, if you go tomorrow to Beirut, yes, it's still possible to be safe. But we have to fight so much and so hard to express what is our country's. It's not what you see on the news, like you said. Our country is really youth and poetry and music and dancing and life, and I think this is our role, just to express a vibrant culture from where we come from.
I mean, in Syria, it's very different from Lebanon. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things to do still. Like, even speaking of LGBT, we don't even have this community that is solid, doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm from Christian family, but it doesn't really change to be Muslim. But being a woman and singing in Syria, it's still a problem for me to go back to do it. I cannot. I always tell Zeid I would love to go perform in Syria, but I still don't feel I have the courage to do so, because people are used to listening to music in a very entertainment way, because they want to just have a fresh breeze of air. They don't want to think a bit too much. Sometimes, not all of them, of course. But, there's a lot of things to do. I think in Beirut, you can still go and have someone to listen to you and have nice pubs and scenes. In Syria, it's very rare. There's a lot of things to do there.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. It's super important to hear that. And it's also, I had this funny conversation. You guys can edit it out later, but I spoke to somebody who was just in Syria, and they were asking them, how did they discover Jesus? These were people from Texas. They were like, they had no idea of the history. And it's fascinating because when people think of Syria, they're like, oh, it's just Muslims. It's like, I'm sorry, travel a bit more. Thank you so much. This is KEXP. I want to thank Zeid, Hamdan, Lynn, Adib. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And once again, we're a radio station. Please support us here. Go to KEXP.org. I want to thank our video crew and audio crew. And thanks for watching KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.